From the Cronkite studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
Pope Francis made one final stop on his 6-day tour of the U.S. We spoke to Arizonans who attended Sunday's Mass in Philadelphia, and they said the experience left a lasting impression.
And the Catholic Church hopes that the visit from the Pope will bring a renewed interest in religion to the millennial generation.
And dozens protested outside the Mexican consulate in Phoenix over the weekend to mark the one-year anniversary of the disappearance of 43 students in Mexico.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Mitch Casada.
And I'm Lauren Michaels. Thanks for joining us. After making his historic speech to Congress in D.C., Pope Francis traveled to Philadelphia, where he held Mass on Sunday. During his visit, he also spoke about the importance of bringing together family and faith. Cronkite News reporter Elizabeth Blackburn was in the city of brotherly love and said crowds attending in Philly were enthusiastic and welcomed the Pope.
Hundreds of thousands of families from around the world came here to Philadelphia. And of the Arizonans that we spoke to, many people say that this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience and a moment that they will never forget. The atmosphere was contagious as crowds of people sang, danced, and cheered through the streets of Philadelphia. And Mesa native Kimberly Robinson was a part of that crowd.
Really just a great atmosphere of everybody's just smiling and just having a good time.
She traveled to the Festival of Families with her mom, Dottie, who got the trip as a birthday present from her children.
It's just an honor to be here and meet different kinds of cultures, different kinds of religion. You don't have to be a Catholic, but it's just the people around here, they're just really, it's just exciting, good spirits all over.
Michael and Sharon Phelan traveled with their 6 kids from Arizona for the World Meeting of Families. They were headed to Mass on Sunday and want the message to go beyond Philadelphia.
So to be here to experience the World Meeting of Families with our own family and then with our Catholic family and brothers and sisters from around the world is really overwhelming. And to be with our Pope today, who loves us and is teaching us at every moment, is really overwhelming.
For many people, this experience left a lasting impact, including Elizabeth Nance from Gilbert, who got last-minute tickets to the Mass for her family.
I'm still overwhelmed, and it's just been such a blessing, and it's just been surreal, like to see him so close and to have my Catholic faith just come full circle.
In Philadelphia, I'm Elizabeth Blackburn, Cronkite News.
Despite the show of unity from most of the attendees in Philadelphia, the Westboro Baptist Church used the Pope's appearance to push its message. One note to our viewers, some people may find the following protest signs offensive. Protesters with the Westboro Baptist Church used signs to denounce homosexuality and abortion, but focused most of their attention on claims of sexual abuse at the hands of clergy members.
He is a sovereign leader of a sovereign nation. If he wanted to, he could require the extradition of every last one of them to his country to be dealt with, or release the names to every single one of the countries that they are to be prosecuted and investigated to the fullest extent of the law. But nothing is done.
Pope Francis did spend time with 5 victims of sexual abuse, some at the hands of clergy. He told them he was overwhelmed with shame and that God weeps for them. The Pope said he will hold clergy accountable for their actions.
Pope Francis' speeches over the past 5 days here in the U.S. covered a variety of hot topics, including the growing debate on immigration. Maria Duran and volunteers from Promise, Arizona came to send a message to the Pope Francis, a thank you for supporting immigrant rights. That message was spelled out in a signed gift they hope to present to Pope Francis as his motorcade passed by. Duran says the Pope reached out his arm, but she could not reach him. She still describes the moment as beautiful.
Another aspect of the Pope's celebration in Philadelphia was the message to the younger generation of Catholics. Our Cronkite News team spoke with children, beaming about seeing the pontiff in person.
I thought it was really amazing to see how many people actually care about the Pope, because I know that not all those people that were there were Catholic. So I thought it was amazing to see how many different people were there.
The Catholic Church hopes that the Pope's visit will inspire more young people to return to the Church. Many millennials are former Catholics who no longer identify with their parents' religion. Cronkite News reporter Genesis Mansurati shows us how parishes in Arizona are trying to change that.
These days, Catholic churches like St. Mary's Basilica are working to convince young people to come back to the Catholic Church.
I was baptized around middle school. It's around the time that everyone starts catechism, and that's when I told my mom I didn't want to be part of it or keep on with it.
Maria Lopez and others her age do not share the same traditional Catholic values as her parents.
I was born in America. My parents were born in Mexico, and here I'm a lot more open to learning about new religions, learning about new views and accepting those, and that has kind of made me shy away from thinking so culturally.
The Catholic Church hopes millennials will change their minds after the Pope's visit to the U.S.
I think he's really trying to be more inclusive than other religious leaders in general in the past, and he's trying to make the faith more about accepting more people.
Brother Scott Statham is in charge of the young ministry at St. Mary's Basilica.
One of the things that we are trying to do is to recognize what is the day-to-day life of a young adult, a millennial, and what are the tasks associated with that transition in life.
With more millennials leaving their religion, Catholic churches like St. Mary's Basilica here in downtown Phoenix are looking for ways to attract the younger crowd.
The church uses social media like Facebook to reach out to young people.
We haven't always done it very well in the past, but to say, we recognize you are a gift and you have talents and you have abilities that we really want you to share with our parish.
So if there was a little more of that in today's Catholicism, I think I'd be open to it.
More outreach might convince Lopez and others to join the church. In Phoenix, Genesis Mansurati, Cronkite News.
St. Mary's Basilica is hosting youth workshops every Tuesday from September 29th to October 27th. Fees range from $2 to $5. For more information, visit stmarysbasilica.org.
This weekend marked the one-year anniversary of the disappearance of 43 students in Mexico. The demonstrators are demanding justice from the Mexican government and the students and thousands of people who disappeared. Cronkite News reporter Katie Beery witnessed the protest and heard the voices of hope for a safe return.
Miguel Ángel Mendoza Zacarías. Justicia. Abelardo Vázquez Penitén. Justicia.
43 names scrawled on a white piece of paper.
Justicia.
Of 43 students who disappeared a year ago.
Justicia.
43 reasons this group is calling for justicia, justice.
Justicia. Justicia.
Dozens protested outside the Mexican consulate in Phoenix on the anniversary of the students' disappearance in Mexico.
Not only here, but there is action internationally, worldwide.
Many gave up a day's wages to be here. Cipriano Gonzalez worries about his own son, who is currently studying in Mexico.
I share the pain of all the families, parents, children, siblings, and friends of the missing students.
Ruth Gonzalez says it's important for Arizona residents to take action.
The United States can pressure Mexico to investigate the case.
She and others have held weekly demonstrations outside the Mexican consulate for the past year, and they vow to continue the high-profile protests to make sure the 43 missing students are not forgotten. In downtown Phoenix, Katie Beery, Cronkite News.
Mexico's president met with parents of some of the missing students. He said the investigation remains open. So far, 100 people have been arrested in connection with the case, including police officers and the mayor of the town where they disappeared.
While the majority of the Arizona State Board of Education was at today's monthly meeting, the Superintendent of Public Instruction, Diane Douglas, was not in attendance. Cronkite News reporter Aaron Johnson was in the meeting all morning and joins us live in the media center. Aaron?
Today's meeting was filled with agenda items concerning education funding, high school graduation requirements, and student-teacher safety. But members of the board still took note of missing members. Superintendent Douglas, ASU President Michael Crow, and layperson Chris DeSheen were all absent from today's meeting. As each agenda item was discussed, the meeting paused several times. Board members expected Douglas to offer input and facts on several items, and her absence was noted. Fellow board member Charles Schmidt stated that her role as Superintendent of Public Instruction is vital to move forward and help kids of Arizona.
The board needs to have Ms. Douglas involved. I have a great deal of respect for her, but in this case, I think she needs to be a part of those meetings, and I think it was very clear from the board today that we need her involved as we move forward, and it's my hope that from today's meeting, she'll get back involved.
When asked why Superintendent Douglas was not at today's meeting, Deputy Public Information Officer Charles Tack sent this statement, which reads in part, "She is not always able to attend every meeting of every board and always considers the matters being discussed when finalizing her schedule. Today's State Board of Education agenda was once again full of items that will not positively impact Arizona students." The statement went on to say that Superintendent Douglas was working to finalize her comprehensive education plan. She's expected to unveil that plan at a news conference on Thursday. Reporting live in the Media Center, Aaron Johnson, Cronkite News.
The Department of Health says the flu vaccine distrusted to millions last year was not as effective as it should have been.
Coming up next on Cronkite News, how health officials are working to save lives this year with a better vaccine.
And some Arizona researchers are celebrating a major announcement about Mars. We'll bring you the new photos that could show potential for life on our neighboring planet.
At ASU, we believe the most important semester is the one that starts after you get your diploma, the one called life. So we work hard to help our alumni thrive, teaching them the importance of not only achieving their goals, but exceeding them. With innovative programs that embrace hands-on learning, that encourages real-world growth. Our alumni know it can be the education of a lifetime, for a lifetime. For more information, asu.edu.
I'm an urban gardener. I'm a PhD student in criminology law and society.
I have an expertise in construction history.
I also happen to be a swing dancer. Oh, and I'm a source.
And I really like being a source.
Great journalism requires great sources, and we want you to be one of them. Arizona PBS is building a network of viewers, people with insight into the stories we cover and the stories we should cover. Explore what it means to be a source for the Arizona PBS Public Insight Network at azpbs.org/pin. Are you a news junkie, history buff, science or nature lover? Then discover 8 World, an entire channel devoted to bringing the world home to Arizona. Watch 8 World on Cox 88 or over the air via antenna on 8.3. To find out how to tune into 8 World for your satellite or another cable provider, visit azpbs.org/world or call 602-496-2308. Discover your world. 8 World.
See this patio? There used to be a motorcycle sitting there, a bike I didn't use and didn't want, so I donated it to public television, and they took care of everything. In addition to supporting my favorite programs, I earned a tax deduction. Turn something you don't need into something you really want. Contact the Vehicle Donation Program.
8 is Arizona PBS, a service of Arizona State University.
NASA has announced there are definitive signs of liquid water on Mars. Cronkite News reporter Wafa Shahid took a closer look into Arizona's ties to the new discovery.
The discovery of liquid water is making scientists reevaluate what they thought about Mars previously. Talk of the possibility of life forms is generating a lot of excitement in the science community and beyond. Turns out the discovery hit pretty close to home for Arizonans. Alfred McEwen, a professor at the University of Arizona, along with other scientists, identified waterlogged salts from the images you can see here captured on Mars. Dark, narrow streaks that are a few hundred yards long are on many Martian slopes, including the Hale crater. The salts in the streaks reveal that the origin could be from an underground source of briny water.
We are now at a point, technologically, with over 50 years of successful spaceflight, that we have the capability to go there, ask this question of is there life on Mars, and answer it.
And it's not only U of A research that moves forward with this discovery. Arizona State University's Mars Space Flight Facility is looking into the implications. ASU developed the tools used to explore the geology and minerals on the Red Planet during the Mars rover missions. I'm Wafa Shahid, Cronkite News.
If you were up late last night, you were one of many to see a reddish wonder in the night sky, a rare supermoon lunar eclipse. Eager stargazers across Arizona and around the world witnessed the event, a total lunar eclipse combined with a so-called supermoon, a moon that is closest to Earth in its orbit. This was the first time since 1982 these events happened at the same time. It won't occur again until 2033.
Last year's flu vaccine was not as effective, and now many are concerned if this year's will be the same. I spoke to a couple health experts to see if getting this year's flu vaccination is worth it. The flu vaccination is offered to almost everyone at the Maricopa County Free Clinic. Some do it for themselves. Azure Blackmore has another reason in mind.
I'm getting it this year because I just had my little girl, so you want to do anything that you can as a parent to protect them.
With many lives at risk due to the influenza virus, health officials are encouraging everyone to do their part.
This is a big deal.
Knowing that 2014's flu vaccine was only 13% effective because of a mutated strain.
So sometimes you get a match that wasn't very good. Last year, it was really pretty bad. Most years, it does a much better job of protection.
Health experts had to do better this year by studying 3 strains of the virus. They say they've created a vaccine with a 60% protection rate. The vaccine is made up of the dead virus, so you can't actually get sick from getting the vaccine. But remember, it does take up to 2 weeks for it to start working. And if you don't like shots, well, there's other options.
Now we have all these different options, including the nasal spray, the dermal patch, the classic flu vaccine, the cell culture vaccines that are without eggs, and so there's no egg allergy issues. So there aren't any more excuses.
Azure doesn't need an excuse. She and her little girl are hoping this year's vaccine is enough to keep them both healthy.
If I see any improvement, I'll get it next year. If not, then I won't get it again.
If you are interested in getting the flu vaccine, you want to get it as soon as possible. Once people around you expose you to the virus, the chances of the vaccine actually working are slim.
Even with all the farmers markets you see over the weekend, finding locally grown produce can be a challenge for a lot of Arizonans.
Coming up on Cronkite News, see the new app developed to simplify the search for healthy foods.
Plus, a Valley man has a record-setting collection that fits right in with the fiery Arizona heat.
Hi, I'm Paula Kirker, president of PBS, and I'd like to personally thank you if you've made a contribution to 8 Arizona PBS. You know, when you fund your favorite shows on this station, you're ensuring great television continues to be available for yourself, your family, and everyone in your community. One of the easiest ways to do that is by making a monthly contribution on an ongoing basis, what we call sustaining membership. When you call, tell us how much you'd like to donate each month. Our current sustainers tell us that $10, $15, or $20 a month is best for them, but you decide what works for you. After you've made that call, we will deduct that amount each month from your credit card or your bank account, and we will continue until you tell us otherwise. Your membership will always remain current, and renewal notices will become a thing of the past. Best of all, your ongoing support means that the best television on television will continue to come your way every single day of the year. So please, consider a sustaining contribution today. Thank you for your support of this PBS station.
Tap into the art scene from coast to coast. Join the Art Beat Nation, a weekly series where you'll experience a rich cultural tapestry of art stories from across America. Meet artists, writers, composers, and performers setting the pulse of the arts in America now. Join us for a brand new episode of Art Beat Nation, Sunday at 5 on 8HD.
Arizona is known for its heat, and a local man knows all about it, especially when it comes to hot sauce. Vic Klinko is a chef, a writer, and a saucier. Klinko collects hot sauce, and for 20 years, you might even call him an expert in all things spicy. He and his wife went to the Chili Pepper Festival in downtown Phoenix this weekend to learn more about different chilies and new sauces. Their collection has been growing for 20 years, and now they own over 6,000 varieties of hot sauce.
It was in the Ripley's, believe it or not, this year. And we're going to go for a Guinness World Record next year.
Arizona is considered one of the worst states with a local commitment for local food, meaning local farmers aren't selling as much produce to customers in their area. I visited local farmers markets and spoke to the founder of a website to learn more about how they are looking to change that. Sweet bell peppers, juicy tomatoes, and crisp heads of lettuce. At farmers markets across the state, these are some of the local foods you'll find.
It's healthy, it's vibrant, it's alive, it's colorful, it tastes good, and you just don't get that in the grocery store.
Shopper Eric Rodemaker explains why he's up early at the Roadrunner Park Farmers Market in Phoenix.
Supporting the local agriculture community.
The support extends financially as well. A common misconception is that buying local food doesn't affect the state's economy, but that's not the case.
And the money stays here in the local economy, so as opposed to buying something in a national chain, you buy something locally, 75% of that money stays here in town.
And that's why there's a push now to make local food more available to Arizonans. Natalie Morris from Local First Arizona created the Good Food Finder to make finding local food easy.
I was really curious to see just how many small and medium scale food producers there were here in the state of Arizona, and I was willing to place a bet that we had quite a lot.
The website located nearly 200 Arizona farms and farmers markets alone, but Arizona still falls short on the national scale. The 2015 Locavore Index found that of the 50 states and Washington, D.C., Arizona has the second lowest per capita sales for local foods. Morris thinks the website will help with that.
A place for farmers and food artisans in the state to be able to promote themselves.
And as the project develops, that's what farmers say they'll do. Starting in October, most farmers markets in the state are adjusting their hours for the fall season. For more information on hours and locations, visit goodfoodfinder.com.
A national organization is trying to combat bullying in schools with help from a big-name team. Coming up next on Cronkite News, the Phoenix Suns take a time out and visit the playground to help prevent bullying.
Are you a news junkie, history buff, science or nature lover? Then discover 8 World, an entire channel devoted to bringing the world home to Arizona. Watch 8 World on Cox 88 or over the air via antenna on 8.3. To find out how to tune into 8 World through your satellite or another cable provider, visit azpbs.org/world or call 602-496-2308. Discover your world. 8 World.
See this flower garden? There used to be a car sitting there, a car I didn't use and didn't want. So I donated it to public television, and they took care of everything. In addition to supporting my favorite programs, I earned a tax deduction. Turn something you don't need into something you really want. Contact the Vehicle Donation Program.
8 is Arizona PBS, a service of Arizona State University. Tap into the art scene from coast to coast. Join the Art Beat Nation, a weekly series where you'll experience a rich cultural tapestry of art stories from across America. Meet artists, writers, composers, and performers setting the pulse of the arts in America now. Join us for a brand new episode of Art Beat Nation, Sunday at 5 on 8HD.
Bullying on the playground is a problem facing many schools across the country. Cronkite sports reporter Torrance Dunham has the story of one organization making a difference at a Valley school.
It wasn't safe, especially the playground during recess time. It wasn't a safe environment for kids. There weren't opportunities for them to engage in games. They didn't know how to play the games, and it was all in or all out.
Playworks is a nationwide nonprofit organization who is trying to buck this trend by putting coaches and coordinators in schools to change the climate during recess, which they say is the time of the day where most kids are bullied.
We teach kids the importance of rock, paper, scissors, conflict resolution strategies. We engage them in play and overall create a safe environment that is emotionally safe and physically safe for the kids at recess.
Since coming to Arizona 5 years ago, Playworks has partnered with 28 different schools, and studies have shown that schools that are partnered with Playworks see their bullying decreased by 43%.
We saw almost an immediate change. Within a few weeks, you could already see that kids were engaged in games because they had opportunities and they felt safe engaging in those opportunities.
Other organizations in the valley are taking notice and getting involved, such as the Phoenix Suns, who were at the Loma Linda School on Thursday morning to interact with the children as part of the team's week of service.
What we're doing out here today is just continuing the good works that Loma Linda and Playworks have done. You know, if you watch the games, no matter what happens, it's high five, good job, nice try. You know, it's all positive. There's a lot of high-fiving, a lot of congratulating each other, and kids have unbelievable attitudes.
We're out here every day getting to see kids, you know, lives change through play and through fun, positive excitement. And then we love having the Phoenix Suns come out because obviously you can see the kids have a blast with all of these adults coming out here and playing with them. So it's really, really fun and extra fun to see the Suns come out.
Playworks hopes to be a part of 50 schools across Arizona next year. In Phoenix, Torrance Dunham, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's next on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
Coming up after Cronkite News, it's Arizona Horizon. We will have the latest on trade relations between Arizona and Mexico, and we'll hear about an event that looks at the life cycle of innovation. That's next on Arizona Horizon.
I'm Judy Woodruff. On the next NewsHour, President Obama meets Russia's President Putin as world leaders gather at the United Nations. That's Monday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.